it's gone, she may still feel that it's there. The anaesthetic technique that she had with an epidural anaesthetic usually reduces the risk of that, but that still may be a problem. There is no condition exists that an orthopaedic surgeon can't make worse with a little bit of bad luck, and Juliette's still got to get through the next few days without getting an infection. There's still a potential for it to go sadly wrong just yet.
Still a weird pattern somewhere.
Of an extraordinary story of an extraordinary woman.
Just over a year ago, it was the 11th of December 2002, basically 14 months ago, I had a pretty major operation. I was born without my right leg being developed properly. So during 6 hours I was in theatre. I was given a new hip, my dodgy old knee was fused, and then I had above-the-knee amputation. Sounds fun, doesn't it? But in the long run, I should be better off. The last 14 months has been a real roller coaster ride for me. It's been pretty much up and down. But I have kept a diary. This is my story, Juliette's story. The things that people actually do to skip Christmas shopping. Basically, a couple of days after my operation, it was all a blur to me. But this is my diary entry for December the 19th. It's been 8 days since my operation. Everything's fantastic, and they told me I can go home tomorrow, so I'm really pleased. I've got to be honest, the first week was hell. It was really, really bad. The last couple of days have been fantastic, but the pain, for the first few days I was having cramp in my leg. Now, if you get cramp, there's nothing you can do about it, and it was very, very painful. I was in tears. But today, it feels very good. The only pain I'm getting now that's bad is actually in my phantom. It's a phantom in my foot, because I've got no foot no more, Lulu's gone. But because I've already got the muscles and the nerves are still there, you know, I can still wiggle my toes. And even though they're not there, because I can still, you know, I've got the nerves and the muscles. But it's very, very painful. My hip, it clicks. When I move around, when I get on the bed or when I get into the wheelchair, I can feel the ball clicking, moving, and I can hear it as well. And it's weird because I've never had a hip that moves, and it's actually weird to actually open my legs and lift my leg and put my leg back and forward and sideways. I find that really weird because I've never been able to do it before, and it does feel really good. Once the pain has gone altogether, I'm so looking forward to really practicing and getting it going again. And it's nice to see myself have flat legs as well, because I always had a big lump, which was my knee. So I could put my hand under it, you know, like that, and it would fit under it quite comfortable. So now the knee's gone, and they've flattened and fused it. It looks fantastic. It feels fantastic. I had a tray on my lap the other day for the first time ever, without the tray, doing this. And I ate off it, and oh God, I could have cried. It was just great. It felt really good. So the next 3 weeks is going to be tough. I've got the physio coming out. I've got a special sock to go over my leg to shape it, so the stump actually gets a good shape for the artificial limb. So it's going to be tough. I will be wheelchair bound for a few weeks, yes. And then basically I'm going to have somebody come out to start giving me a limb fitting so I can have my leg. So that should be in about a month's time they'll start doing that. Give it 2 months and I should be walking. I'm so excited, I can't wait to go home. You know, I'm going to be home for Christmas now, and that means a lot to me. I'm going to have Christmas with my family, and my husband's missing me. The kids are really missing me. I feel that this is the Christmas present that I said that I was going to have before we actually started the operation. It definitely is the best things that have happened to me. 24 hours later, I was told I could go in 4 days early, and they gave me a big bag of pills, which I could start up my own pharmacy with. So I was home for Christmas. I was really pleased.
Bye, girls, I'm going. I've got to say goodbye to you.
Take care. Take everything. You've got someone to take.
Bye.
Yeah.
You've all been stars.
Okay.
Say goodbye to everyone for me. Thank you, and to you. Bye. Bye, Nick.
Christmas came and went. It was not the Christmas I expected at all. Obviously, I know that things were not going to be the same because of obviously all the drugs and stuff I was on. I don't remember very much, but it definitely wasn't the Christmas I expected, and it wasn't the best one I ever had. Christmas Day, I really wanted to die, and I never thought I'd say that, but the pain I can't explain. It was awful, really bad. In the morning I was okay, did the presents with the children and everything. But the pain was just out of this world. I can't explain it. If I knew, honestly, in my heart, that the pain would have been this bad, then I don't think I would have had the operation. Definitely not. Chris has been a complete superstar. He has been mummy and daddy. He's done cleaning, ironing, cooking, looking after the children. He's done all the house chores, the accounts. He has done everything, because the way I feel at the moment with the drugs that I'm on, I can't count very well. In the mornings, I can't even speak until about 11 o'clock because I'm on Trilodan. It takes me hours and hours. I mean, I take that tablet in the evenings, and by 9 o'clock I'm fast asleep. And I wake up about 9 o'clock. I have a good 12 hours sleep a night. He's not complained once. He just gets on with it, and he knows this. He knew this was going to happen before I had the op anyway, but not quite as bad. Even I thought I'd be better than this by then, but no. I actually feel like poo. Not 100% at all. By mid-March, things were getting better, but things were still up and down. I was having good days and bad days. More good than I was having bad. But also it was an exciting time for me because it was actually coming up to me having my first limb fitting.
You're probably going to ruin your pants. Today we're going to take a plaster cast of Juliette's residual limb. The reason we do this is that we can use that plaster cast to make the socket that will go onto the artificial limb. The main points of the socket that we're trying to achieve are stability, comfort, and make sure it fits correctly and it's the right size, and that cosmetically it's acceptable to Juliette. We're using plaster of Paris to obtain the shape of Juliette's residual limb, and we're using our hands to form the shape of the socket. The plaster of Paris sets, and we can move that away from Juliette's residual limb. We then take it into the cast room. It's filled with plaster of Paris. Once that's set, the outer cast is removed, and then we've got the solid model to work on, and then that shape is then used by the workshop to make the socket.
There we go. Ta-da!
Just 6 months after my operation, I actually got my temporary artificial leg, which is great because I was on the move again, no longer in a wheelchair. Before I can put any weight on my leg, though, I have to have an appointment with Darren Fern just to check out everything's going to be okay.
I've got two big fears at the moment. One is that the uncemented hip replacement at this stage could be loose. The metal socket relies on bone ingrowth in order to keep it in position. If that hasn't happened, then the hip replacement will fail. My second concern is that the join between the thigh bone and the shin won't have joined as yet. If that blood supply has been damaged and the bone hasn't restored its blood supply to the level that would allow it to heal, then potentially that's a weak area, and I'm not going to let Juliette walk on that leg until I'm sure that that's healed. Any pain over the skull?
Yeah, there is actually.
It's a little tender.
Sort of stone.
Where?
All there. You see where it's not healing? It's still red. It's getting pussy. I think it's because of the actual leg. Yeah.
Can I just do one more thing and pop this leg up and this knee right up and push your hip back and keep that one down? I mean, that's much better. Before,
Yeah.
if I'd done that, your leg would have...
Yes, it would have done, wouldn't it? Yeah.
These are Juliette's x-rays that she's just had taken following the surgery. This is the x-ray of Juliette's hip replacement with a metal socket, which basically is a metal shell like this that's been fixed into the side of the pelvis, so we can see this in cross-section. Inside there is a large metal head attached to this tapered spike that goes down the inside of the thigh bone. There's a really good fixation between the stem and the cement and the bone. There's a metal claw over the top over here that's basically pulling this fragment of bone with all of the muscles that move Juliette's hip down, and that's now looks like it's firmly attached to the top of the thigh, which is good. This is the sideways view showing the gap between the thigh and the shin, and that gap there has just disappeared completely, and the bone markings go right the way across the gap, so that bit there is soundly joined up now. So from a technical point of view, things have gone to plan.
The Suzuki Grand Vitara. You can't hold it down.
I need perfection. Elnet, for me, it's the best hairspray in the world.
With a unique micro diffuser that sprays micro-fine, it's there until you simply brush it through. You can create any style, but can hardly see it or feel it. Elnet, for a satin soft touch and a long-lasting hold.
Except nothing less than perfection. You're worth it.
Elnet, L'Oreal's finest hairspray, used by the finest stylists. Now available for dry hair.
With mortgages, some people prefer a fixed rate, while others like a bit more flexibility. But they're all after the same thing, a great rate. HSBC now offer either a 2-year fixed rate of 4.9% APR or a variable rate of 4.9% APR, so everybody's happy. For a quote, visit our website. Call us on 0800 520 420 or go to your local branch. HSBC, the world's local bank.
It's time for a new Plymouth to design a city that works and will be a joy to live in.
They've been asked to create a plan that's truly visionary. Good architecture
We want homes that's going to look nice and stay nice.
makes for better living.
Plymouth, big city, big future. Thursday, 7:30, ITV1.
It's 27th of May. Look at this, I've got a leg that bends. It's something that I've wanted all my life. 16 years waiting for. I'm 32, of course, but for 16 years I wanted this leg, and I got it. Me and my bendy leg. It's amazing. We've got to this stage where they've done the fitting, it's now complete, and they've given me this most amazing hydronic knee. I can't explain to you how it feels. It's superb. I am over the moon with it.
We took the plaster Paris cast about 2 weeks ago. The cast has now been rectified. The socket has been manufactured. So now we have to choose the componentry that we're going to put beneath the socket. Therefore, we have to choose a knee and a prosthetic foot. We have talked about this and we've decided to go for the ultimate knee. The reasons for doing this are that it's quite a good, stable knee for Juliette. What we had to take into consideration was the amount of room that we had from the end of Juliette's residual limb to what we call the knee centre. And this is quite a good measure on here, so we actually can get Juliette's knees in the same position, so cosmetically that is a bonus.
First step I took, I remember thinking, my God, this is really, really weird. And I thought I was going to collapse. I was really worried about it. When I met Nigel, he gave me so much confidence, and since the day we've met, I'm just pushing myself along and thinking, I can do this.
Although I'm attached to the sales department with Ortho Europe, I do actually visit hospitals up and down the country to work with patients, to show them how the knee works, what the techniques they need to use, to put the building blocks in place really, to give them something to work on, something to aim for. I used to be a traffic policeman. Whilst patrolling the motorway one day, I assisted a motorist changing his tyre on the hard shoulder. And I just managed to do the wheel nuts up when an Arctic struck me at 60 miles an hour.
He runs, he walks up the steps. He's amazing. And I looked at him that day and thought, my God, I'm going to be able to do that. But before I met him, I thought, I'm going to be like an old lady, about 32 for the rest of my life. And I was a bit worried about it. But he gave me so much confidence, and I thought, I can do this. And this is one of the reasons I'm doing this film, so that people out there can see this and say, hey, I can do it. She's done it.
I think we've had a really good day today. I think Juliette has done really well, and she has, you know, got to grips with the knee. But I think it's just, we have to remember that this is the first day, and Juliette's now got to continue and, you know, and commit to making it work and working hard. And I think with that, confidence will come, and she can make it work.
On the surface, everything always looks good, but to be honest with you, it wasn't good. I couldn't be bothered to write my diary, couldn't be bothered to do anything, to be honest with you. Last summer, 2003, was just not good for me. I like to forget it. I do feel a bit guilty for having this done, in a way. I feel guilty because of Chris, basically. Because of the drugs that I've been on, he's through a lot of hell. Because I'm depressed, I'm fed up. I don't watch telly, I just go out the window and I sit there and, you know, my family have seen me like it. Oh, crying, really fed up, don't want to be here. Horrible feelings, nasty feelings. Chris would say something to me and I'd scream and shout at him for no reason at all. My temper is unbelievable, it really is. And a lot of people don't see this, you know, but morphine is not a nice tablet, it really isn't. It's not a good drug at all. Not for me, anyway. Whereas I can say, I'm okay today, Chris, I'm all right, so you've got to be okay today now. I'm sorry what I've done to you, forget it, you know. He's still upset and hurt inside. He can't go, all right then, Jules, we're having a good day. He's hurt, you know. But don't get me wrong, I love Chris and he loves me and we're cool and great and we're strong. And we know we're going to go through this, we're going to get through it really well. But it's difficult. These tablets are horrible. I'd say the key date for me was the 22nd of August because my morphine intake was dramatically reduced. I felt so much better, I felt amazing. I've even actually started writing in my diary again, and this is my entry for September the 12th. The good news is that Juliette is back. I'm really chuffed because I think the last time we spoke, I was saying that things were bad between me and Chris because I was depressed and everything else because of the morphine. Well, a month ago, they lowered my morphine down to 20 milligrams, so I'm actually now on 20 milligrams only. There is bad news, though, coming down off the morphine and the tablets. Even though I had to, my pain has come back. It's not as bad as it was Christmas or in the spring, but it's back. I mean, I feel good and everything, but I just wish I wasn't in so much pain. But to have a choice, I would definitely say, give me pain and not depression any day. So Chris and I are great, me and the kids are great, everything's great, and I'm so pleased because I feel alive again. You know, everybody's saying, God, you're so different. It's good to have you back, Jules, you know. You can talk, you wake in the morning, you're awake and alert and not horrible anymore, you know, I'm not snappy. It's really good. I feel good again. I can see that light at the end of the tunnel. Well, I did tell you that this last year has been up and down, a few lows and that. Physio's been really important to me, but I had an appointment in October and it didn't go quite to plan.
So if you could just walk to the end of the gym and then walk back towards me, okay? And just let me know.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, okay.
With Juliette sort of following, when she initially had a prosthetic limb, she didn't really feel that physiotherapy was what she wanted to do at the time. She began to develop difficulties with her walking pattern and getting used to the new knee that she had. So she came really for some training to help her control the knee and to try and improve her walking pattern.
All right.
She's struggling to bend your knee there a little bit, aren't you? Well, when Juliette came in today, she walked straight in and said that she was in a lot of pain, and she had been for about a month.
Oh God, that kills me. Now doing
Just
this,
lifting
before, I can lift it right high.
Okay,
but doing this
and where
now,
are you getting the pain there?
Here, right there.
At the front?
Yeah,
okay.
And I get it here as well. If I do that, oh my God, up here and down there.
Okay.
It's really painful.
If you relax your leg, try and relax your muscles and I move your leg for you.
Yeah. No, don't. No, that really hurts.
It's that bad?
Yeah, it really hurts.
Okay.
It's hurting my hip as well.
Okay, just let me know if anywhere feels tender.
Can you hear it clicking?
Yeah.
Can you feel it? It's really clicking.
Where is that clicking?
That's the hip.
That is the hip joint?
Yeah. That's going to do it. Can you feel it, though? It's really, really click, 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 click.
Yeah, yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we need to... I'll contact Mr Fern.
Okay.
I'll give him a ring and write him a letter and just ask him to review your hip. But I think we should cancel today's session until we make sure that that's checked out.
Yeah,
is that all right?
Yeah, I think it's wise. Within 3 weeks of seeing Helen, I actually had an appointment come through to see Darren Fern, which I was quite pleased about. But then on the other side of the coin, I was really nervous because the last thing I wanted to hear after 11 months is that I had to have another operation on my hip or something gone wrong, or the outcome I was really worried about.
What I think is happening is that this is a plastic bone showing the top of the hip joint. Your scar from your previous surgery and the scar from your new operation travels in a line from up here down past the edge of this bump and fixes towards the edge of the stump. As you walk, that bone twists a little, and what you're doing is that clicking sensation that you can feel is just a little tendon, some scar tissue flipping from side to side over there. So it's nothing to do with the hip that's working perfectly normally, but it's just the soft tissues around it.
Do you think it'd be okay for me to do physiotherapy again?
I think it's quite safe for you to have the physiotherapy now. What we need to do is the scar tissue that's formed around your hip, we need to stretch that and make it a little bit more supple. So the physiotherapy exercises that they're doing to try and increase the strength in the muscles and to stretch the scar out will help. She's at a stage now, 14 months in, where she's 3/4 of the way there. It's a bit like running a marathon at the moment and reaching that barrier, the wall that people talk about when they can see where they need to get to in the future, but physically they feel drained and can't get there.
At this moment in time, the way I feel and how things are, if I had to go back 14 months ago, I would never have done it. And I don't want to sound, well, that's a real bad way of looking at things, but that's how I feel at this moment in time. It's been tough. Really tough.
Confidence is always a vital part of the recovery following this sort of surgery, and like most of us, we have mood swings. The confidence will go up, it will go down, and if you're on a downward spiral thinking, why on earth have I had this done, the leg's sore, it's really stiff today, I can't get the limb on, it's difficult.
I'll be honest with you, a couple of times I wanted to take my own life, that's the truth, because I was so depressed. But I'm not like that anymore, thank God.
A lot of her problems over the last few months are directly related to the fact that she's had quite high doses of painkillers while she's been going through this early recovery phase. Now that she's diminishing the level of painkiller that she needs, I think her mood will get better, her function will improve. But unfortunately, it's just a difficult part of a treatment cycle that she has to go through.
The way I move and walk, I feel like I'm an old lady. I'm 32 years old, and I feel when I'm walking that I'm 60 years old. I'm hoping to get physiotherapy again. I really do need to physio. Kerry is always going on about it. Helen's always going on about it. I've got to get it done. I really have to do this physio.
And she's at the stage when she needs to put in a lot of hard work and accept some discomfort. The old phrase of no gain without a little bit of pain holds true here at the moment.
Okay. Me and my husband started up our own business, a recruitment agency in Falmouth. It was really tough. Obviously, it's the first, first few months always are. But it's worked out really well. I'm back on form again, I'm back in my suit, in my briefcase, I'm back in my office, and that's what I've wanted. They were my goals. I wanted to get back to normal.
Juliette said right at the beginning that one of the things that she really would like, of all the things that she wants to do, is to get on a push bike with her kids. But I think being realistic, it's just one goal too far.
Just before the operation, Darren phoned and said to me, look, it could take a year, it could take 2, it could take 3. But as my husband said to me, on the day, I'm thinking, I want this done. I'll be all right, I'm strong, I can do it. A year, I'll be okay. But I'm still not riding that bike, and it's been 14 months later. And he was right, I just got to go with it now and just hope for the best.